Well, good morning fellow gardeners. It promises to be a beautiful day today. 7 o'clock, sun's up, and I don't suppose it'll be more than 32 degrees centigrade, which is ideal for me anyway. So here we are in Thailand, and what I'm going to do with this video, hopefully a short one, is just run through splitting these Tillandsias, which are bromeliads of course, air plants, and I'm going to put one on a raft and put one in a pot. And you say, well, you just said Tillandsias are air plants. Well, this particular species or variety, whatever it is, grows in pots, in the ground, on wood, on stone, in trees, virtually anywhere really where it gets adequate moisture and not too much sunshine. So no further ado, let's get started. Now, those of you who've watched my last video on Tillandsias will probably recognise this plant, or maybe not. I had an old Tillandsia which had flowered, and here's the remains of it. Now, I've always been one of these people, I don't like to chuck things away. not very good really at times. Anyway, Tillandsias, in fact all bromeliads, well anyway, all acneas, Tillandsias and some Neorigelias, when I say flowered, I've read and seen somewhere that you just, you discard the parent plant and just keep the pups. Well, I've never done that. I've always tried to get more out of the parent plants by hanging on, sticking the plant somewhere out of the way where it's not visible, and just let it get on with it. And invariably it will produce far more pups again and again and again. Now, this is the third time with this one, I think I'm right in saying that. But I've had acneas, for what, 9-10 years, and they're still producing pups, good robust pups. So don't throw it away, folks. Stick it somewhere out of sight, take care of it obviously, and you'll get more pups. You don't need to discard everything. So now what we're going to do, I'll just pop this down here for a moment. It's the house pump. Now one I'm going to put on this raft. You'll have to zoom in for that. You can make them yourself. I buy them locally. They're hardwood. Usually it's stuff that's come from up country, and they've got striations on which are caused by termites, and they look rather attractive. Don't ever stain them, don't treat them with anything, you might kill your plant. So I'm going to put one on there like so, and the other one I'm going to hang in this terracotta pot. Excuse the hanging wires, I'm not worried about that. If they look rusty, I mean, that doesn't bother me. I prefer them dull to shiny steel anyway. But I'm not going to put them actually in the pot, although it's an ideal pot because it's got air holes all the way around. But I'm going to put it in a plastic pot inside, like so, because the plastic will retain moisture more readily than the terracotta pot will. That's the plan. Best laid plans of mice and men, eh? Now, medium. Now, as probably some of you know in previous videos, I advocate using shredded coconut, which is in abundance here, and it's great. The only problem with it is after about 18 months, or sometimes a year, it does break down and become soggy. So it can be a bit of a problem. That's why I always use, if I'm using coconut, I put plenty of sort of stony stuff in and charcoal, Now these are bark chips that have come off of one of our trees. It just sheds its bark. That's it, it's that simple. And I keep this, and this is an ideal medium when it's available. And I mix that up with a little bit of charcoal, and maybe I might put a bit of, I don't know, bits of old broken terracotta pot in or something like that, just for a little bit of added drainage. But that even on its own would be fine, but I do like to put charcoal excuse me, in my mediums. The reason for charcoal, well, I don't know, maybe it's an old wives' tale, but it keeps the medium or the soil sweet, whatever that means. So if you're going to use carbon, charcoal, which of course is carbon, make sure if you're using barbecue charcoal that it doesn't have an accelerant in it, otherwise that'll harm your plants. Just ordinary charcoal from a bonfire is fine, you know, if you're lucky enough to be able to get access to it, or perhaps you can buy it somewhere in your local garden centre, I don't know. Anyway, just as a further note, you don't need special composts for these plants. I sort of feel it's a ploy for you to spend your money when you don't need to. I really do. And some of these mixtures, really, you can knock up yourself. You've got it all around your garden anyway. It's everywhere. And the roadside, you know, just be active. Look around. Make your own compost. Okay, right. Let's get on. I'm burbling too much. Right. Let's get cracking, folks. Let's get our pot, like so. And there are our two plants, our two pups. Just peel off the rotten stuff from the parent plant, tease them apart. Now then, let's have a look at this. Now this one looks like it might have got a bit of rot. Oh, there's a worm there. I'll give that to the carp later. I think it's okay though. I want that to dry out a bit, so that one will go on the raft, like so. And this one, which has a little bit of root, will go in the pot like so. Right, so here's our pot. It's a little bit, it's not very clean, but nature's not that clean, is it really? So I'm not bothered about that. I think we worry too much about hygiene. That's why so much goes wrong in this world. Well, in the plant and animal kingdom anyway. So, right, there we are. Bung a few bits in, just like that. Just like that, Mrs. Wembley. Ooh. It won't grow in that, it will, it'll love it. Don't worry. You're thinking, oh my goodness, oh, it'll love it. 100%. So, a few bits of charcoal. We could add a few bits more. Just like that, as Tommy Cooper says. You Americans won't know Tommy Cooper, of course. So, it's best if you... Really, it's ideal to hang this up while you're doing this, but I'm having mobility problems at the moment, so I'd much prefer to sit down, I'm afraid. So you sort of fiddle around with that a little bit, get the base in the medium. Now it doesn't have to be, it can almost rest on top, and you can pack stones around here or bits of charcoal or more of the wood chippings, whatever. It's fine. Well, in this case we'll put a few more bark chippings around the edge, just to support it, like so. That's it, is that it? That's it. There we are. A couple of stones and a bit of pottery. A couple of stones and a lump of charcoal, it'll keep it in place. That's it, that's fine, okay. I'm pleased with that. Alright, it looks untidy at the moment, but after a month or two you can take the stone off and the thing will be absolutely fine, no problem at all. Right, now then, the raft. So this one I'm going to tie on. I'm not going to use coconut or wire or anything like that. And what am I going to tie it with? Good old fashioned sisal. Now, it's a natural product, it'll rot away after a few months, and by then the roots would have taken onto the wood, the supporting roots, and everything will be tickety-boo. And of course stuff like sisal, you could use hemp, not the funny stuff, Of course, any natural products are much better than using nylon or a synthetic fabric. Well, don't want to wrap it too tight because we don't want to damage the plant, but you know, it's got to be tight enough. So wind it round a few times, like so. What does it feel like? Feels good to me. Can we go one more time, I wonder? Yes, we can. We tie that like so. Isn't that simple? And that'll look great. That'll look absolutely splendid. Again, I've probably done that for, I don't know, 5 minutes in water. I've got a little pond in the corner, a little lily pond. I'll just let it float in there for a few minutes. And that's it, folks. Okay, folks, that's all for now. Thanks for watching. Bye now. Well, thank you a lot for watching this video. If it's of any interest to you, perhaps you'd like to visit my YouTube channel and maybe leave a comment, a like, or a subscription. Anyway, there are many more videos on my channel, so perhaps I may have used you. Thanks for watching. Bye.